Hello, my friends on YouTube. Today, because of what's happening, I decided to call my video Peace and Islam are two contradictory, or they will be in contradiction forever. They contradict each other. Peace is not a contradiction. Islam is. It is 180-degree opposite, despite that many people try to say that the word Islam, it means peace. If you know Arabic and if you know Islam, no, it does not mean peace. It means submission, and submission to Muhammad, the founder of the Islamic ideology. I wish it was submission to God, but to Muhammad. There's one hadith that came to my mind as I was talking. The rough translation, Muhammad says, God commanded me to fight with the intention to inflict damage to death. Fight. All people, without exception, all people until they profess that there is no God but Allah and Muhammad is his messenger. Because before the coming of Muhammad, many people believed in God. The Jews believed in God, the Christians believed in God, there were many other religions in the Middle Eastern region that they believed in the one God, but not Muhammad, his prophet. So he knew that. He knew that because most of Arabia, or big number of people, were Jewish in Arabia, and they believed in the one single God. But you have to say Muhammad is his prophet, okay, or face death. Now, there are a few things that it brought me to this title, to put it in a video. Contradictory natures happening, and it is forever, since the conception of Islam, since the beginning. Islam is a contradictory ideology. The Clown Prince, Mr. Clown Prince, may the blessing of Allah be with you. The modern day Mohammed bin Salman. He found out, Saudi Arabia has money, nobody can deny that. So I'm sure he has good advisor, and he is in a big mess after killing the journalist Khashoggi. And the Congress in the United States recently declared that they will not support Saudi Arabia attacking Yemen anymore, even though there are many terrorists in Yemen. However, because of his behavior, they don't want to have any relationship with him, good or bad. They are just pulling out because he's bad news. He's bad news. So realistically, he's done. Therefore, he thinks with his money he can buy votes. So what we see him doing is going to Pakistan. I have nothing against the Pakistani people. I have nothing against any particular person or race. But why is he going to Pakistan? Because it's 98.5% Muslims. So, and it's a poor country, nobody can deny that. That has nothing to do with the nature of the people. The people are fine. I'm fine with the Pakistani people. But reality is he is going to see the Pakistani government and is bringing $20 billion to do business with Pakistan. So they spread out the red carpet for His Majesty. He cannot find respect like before in European country or in America, Canada, or Mexico, or the Western Hemisphere. He lost that respect. So Europe and the Americas and big part of Asia and Australia are against him. So he is looking for the losers who are desperate for some money to put the red carpet for him. And this is the contradiction. Of course, killing is wrong. However, sometimes you have no choice but kill. And if it is done based on a principle to defend somebody or to help somebody or to stop rape or to stop something bad, I will do it. If somebody is trying to rape a woman, I will shoot him. I have no problem with that. I will kill him. I have no problem with that. So the problem itself is not in the killing. It's the immoral way the killing was conducted. If Khashoggi was a person who is an evil person, I don't know the man, okay? And even if he was an evil person, this was not the way to deal with him, because he was, I don't agree with his ideas, with Khashoggi's ideas, but that is only idea. He's talking. You can talk like him, but don't kill him. So the way you conducted yourself, it was sickening. And that's why the West excluded you or banished you. And therefore, you are going to these losers, these government of Pakistan, India, and China, these totalitarians. Okay? You're going there looking for support. And you are buying the support. You're not, it's not a mutual support. It is you are buying. Until when can you buy? So that is a living contradiction, that they speak of values and Islamic values and how great Islam is, and their behavior totally different. And the head of Saudi Arabia, who is supposed to be a good example, is doing worse than Muhammad. All right? The second thing showing this contradiction, we heard about a month ago from this time we are now, there was a young lady from Saudi Arabia escaped to Thailand, and she hid herself in her room in the airport in Bangkok, and she asked for asylum, and she was taken to Canada. And now we hear of two sisters, two Saudi sisters, take the same risk and flee to Hong Kong, and they are asking for asylum in Australia. And we hear Saudi Arabia, like Saudi Arabia is the kingdom of heaven on earth, peace and love and prosperity, and no. Reality is people are fleeing from you. Khashoggi left the country because he couldn't express what's in his mind. I disagree with what is in his mind. Okay? I disagree totally with him. But a person should be free to speak. You didn't let him speak, so he went out. And that's not only Khashoggi. There are many people, men. But you see, men can freely leave Saudi Arabia because they don't have a guard or a guardian with them, a chaperone. They don't have that, but women do. Women has to have somebody to always watch them, as if they are going to commit adultery. The moment the man will turn his head to the side, the woman is going to commit adultery right away. This because your heads are dirty. You're thinking like that. Anyway, uh, two young girls, Saudi girls, sisters, hid themselves. They went to Hong Kong and they are calling for asylum. That shows the contradiction again in Islam and in Saudi Arabia and in this sick society. And I'm bringing this out so people can see you. This is a contradiction. Okay? And you are trying to buy votes to lay foundation to say that we are good. You are exposed. There is no more. The internet really exposed you, your filthy behavior since the time of Muhammad. So we spoke about yeah, basically we covered everything of what's happening, and at the end it actually gives us a clear picture that Saudi Arabia is living in a lie, living in contradiction, and that idea that Islam is peace or peaceful religion, it's an illusion, and I hope the West will wake up to this call. We need to understand that the Islamic ideology by itself, Muhammad ordered deception. He said the time of war you can deceive, but for Islam, for a true Muslim, you are always at war. So you can deceive at any time. You can lie. They call it taqiyya. You can do taqiyya at any time. You can lie and deceive, especially those who do not believe in Allah and in Muhammad. So this is a wake-up call. I'm doing this, I'm actually getting death threats sometimes. I don't care. I don't care about these death threats. Okay? I'm doing this because I feel it's an obligation as a person who knows about Islam and I live in the West. It is my duty to help, to inform. Thank you very much, and we'll see you again.